Hello everybody, welcome to Unicorn Dust Designs. No fancy intro today, I'm sorry you guys. But we're gonna start this video off with this decrepit crate. Nobody wanted to buy it as is, but you guys, I know you're like, well, I could see why, but I swear people buy the crates just like this. But that gave me an opportunity to upcycle it, which I love doing. So I am taking plaster from the JRV Cottage Colors, and we're gonna paint all the sides and then the top of the sides. I want to leave everything else its beautiful wood color. Now in this DIY or upcycle, we are going to show you how we can work with the masks that come with our stamps. So I was shook because y'all didn't sell me out of this stamp. And the other pumpkin stamp is retired. So you guys better get your hands on this because they only come out with so many fall items during the holiday release. So get your hands on this. It's on the website. All right. So with any new stamp, we are going to basically take a sanding block and buff it out. We do this so that the ink does not sit on top of our stamp and smear. And then we have the masks that come with all of your stamps. Now, in the older versions of the masks, the images were not printed on them. They were just the film cutout. Now they have the image printed on there. So it's so nice because we can pop these out and we can play around with our placement and get the exact look of how it can be styled. So before I ever commit to placing my stamps, I always play around with my masks first to see if everything's going to fit where I want it to. So that is what I'm doing here. I'm making sure all the pumpkins can fit where I want it. Now I'm going to take my first stamp and I am going to lay it on top of the pumpkin because the little banner, I want that to be in front. So I'm going to place that down first. So I'm going to stamp that up. I'm using my stamp mount here, and these are also on the website. I think they're like $3 or something, you guys. Well worth it. And then we're going to move that pumpkin, and we are going to lay that banner down. I always hold with one hand as I press down with the other and just rotate sides. We're going to lift this up, and it looks so good. Look at that. I love it. All right, now we're going to utilize that mask. So I'm covering up the stamp we just put down. Then I am going to apply our big pumpkin. So I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. And then we're going to put the pumpkin over this mask. And again, hold down with one hand as you rub down with the other. We do have brayers, which I offer on my website, but I prefer using my hand. The brayer is a little bulky for me, so this is how I do it. Once we lift it off, you can see now it looks like the pumpkin is in the background and the banner is in the front. Can you tell it's a weekend? I don't know if you guys could hear my kids screaming. Now I have the masks on both of them, the banner and the pumpkin. And we're going to take our other pumpkins. There's three pumpkins total in this stamp. And we are going to layer those on top of these two masks. And so I have one on the left. We're going to put one on the right. And this is a great way. You just got to play around with it if you're new with stamps. It took me a while to like really get it in my head. Okay, what comes first, what comes second, what comes last. Like, do you guys remember the stamps? Gosh, I'm drawing a blank. Portobello that has all of like the houses and the bricks and the people. That took me a while to get the grasp of using that one. So I am going to add these little like berry vines to the side. And what's great about these masks is that, the stamp mount is how big it is. So I can lay something down instead of guessing and doing it one at a time, lay it down, pick it up with the stamp mount, and then I could lay them down at the same time so that I know that they're going to be even on my surface. I just took this outside, you guys, and cleared it with Clear Matte by Rust-Oleum, and this is how it turned out. This box was really big, so I will probably be selling this on an upcoming Whatnot show. So stay tuned. And it's gorgeous. If you do want it before then, just leave me a comment and I could always put it on my website. And then this is how I styled it. Isn't that so cute? Now, for this one, I'm using this reversible sign. Got this so long ago. We are going to tape off the inside of this because I liked the frame, especially with the paint inlays I'm going to use. I liked the rustic, chunky frame. So we're going to tape it off on the inside. That way, when we go to paint it, nothing gets on the actual frame. Now I'm going to get a gray paint and we are going to paint, we're going to lay that down on both sides of this sign. And you guys, this has always stuck in my head. When we bought our first house, all the walls were bright red. And the guy that came to paint it, he primed with gray paint, and he said that he does that because it helps with not having to do several coats to cover up the red. So that stuck with me, you guys, and that's why I do it. Okay, I don't know. But now we're going to take vintage linen. Now we're going to do one coat on each side, and then you guys, this happened. Hey you guys, I wasn't recording the entire time that I did the actual paint inlay. So I will probably grab a piece of wood and show you how I did it, because this is too good to not show you guys, regardless of if I recorded it or not. So I will get a little piece of wood or something and do like a smaller project so you guys can see the process if you're new to paint inlays. And we're just going to continue on with this one for right now. So now that it's dry, we are going to spritz it with water. This is going to reactivate that paint inlay so that we can easily peel it back up. If you left it dry and try to peel it, it would be like ripping paper off of something. So now that we've reactivated it with water, I'm going to get an edge and we're going to start pulling this back. And oh my gosh, chef's kiss. This was absolutely amazing. It came out so well. You guys, I'm sorry. We're trying to put the baby down for a nap. So excuse it, but that's my life. And look at how gorgeous this is. And he's actually green. This is the 12th night new paint inlay. And they came in green, red, and black. So definitely check that one out. I do have that one in stock still. Now I'm going to go around. When you do a paint inlay, if it is not the exact size of the surface that you're putting it on, it's going to leave a line in the paint. I do not like that line, so I am going to take a brush and I'm going to try to blend that out. So I'm just stippling the harsh lines that were created so that it doesn't look like there was something, pushed into the paint. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to flip this on around and I'm going to spritz the other side. This paint inlay, you guys, is actually from last year's paint inlay called Gloria. And I actually have this still in stock from last year. And I kid you not, this came out so good. It looks like a transfer. Look at that. Does that not look like a transfer or like decoupage paper? Like this came out so perfect. I stippled it. And again, you guys, I just took this outside and sprayed it with Clear Matte by Rust-Oleum. Or you can wait 24 hours and clear it with any of your top coats. And this is how they turned out. I am obsessed with this. It came out so good. I mean, every little piece of that paint transferred onto this frame and it's gorgeous. And then the pumpkins, like I still cannot get over how crisp these look. Like, look at this. It literally looks like I took a sticker and stick that on, but it is actual paint, which blows my mind. Now for this one, I'm going to show you start to finish, okay? So we grabbed another paint inlay. I'm taking a 2 by something, you guys. I don't know what I cut this at. And then we're going to take a piece from one of the trimmings mold, and I'm going to get my quick and thick Titebond, and I'm going to brush it on the back. We're going to turn it around. I'm going to put a couple dabs of hot glue, but to be honest, it didn't even work because the wood was a little bowed, and I think that I bent the mold itself when I tried to cut it down to size. So I'm going to tape that up and then leave it to dry. And then you guys, obviously I didn't do start to finish because I forgot to film me painting this, but luckily you guys know how to paint. So you're good to go. However, we did one coat. Now we are doing the second coat. Now this is my trick for paint inlays that I've learned is you're going to paint it. Then you're going to get your water bottle. You're going to spritz the actual paint and then spritz your paint inlay. This keeps your paint wet and then it activates that paint inlay. And this has been what has worked for me since I started getting the hang of the paint inlays, and it is very successful. So we are going to pat the excess off and then we're going to let it dry. You're going to know when your paint inlay is dry because it's going to turn white. I use my heat gun and I don't have any issues with it. Usually when I leave it to dry by itself, I forget about it and then it doesn't ever get finished. So now we're going to spritz that and you could see the difference from dry to wet. I'm going to grab a little weeding tool, like, that you use for vinyl. And it helps me get like a little piece of the edge out without trying to dig my nail in there. And then we are going to pull that beauty back just like we did the first one. And we are creating a faux book here because look, A Christmas Carol. I love creating faux books. I know some of you have seen some of the ones I've done with the different stacks and I love them. Okay, now we're going to I didn't paint the top, the bottom, or the right side because I wanted to create a faux book. So I'm going to paint the sides with crinoline. Then just taking a pencil, I'm just going to draw a bunch of lines, you guys, just a bunch of messy lines. There's no rhyme or reason to them, you guys. Once you're done drawing them, they look totally fine. I promise you. We don't need to get a ruler out, you guys, and get crazy. You just draw those lines and have fun and just, let it go. Now we're going to the spine of our book and I'm going to grab, this one is Golden Ticket Liquid Patina. I think I still have some of this in stock on my website. And the paint I used, you guys, is Fancy Farm Girl. Once I'm done with that, because I'm extra, this one is the foils from Cibella, which is the bigger packet of, what do you call it? The gilded transfers. And to be honest, not all of the transfer wanted to stick to my paint, and that happens sometimes. And you got to roll with it. I was okay with it because A Christmas Carol is an old book. So this to me just looked like the book was being held and touched, and that gild was kind of rubbing off from all of the fingers touching it. So I was fine with that. Sometimes you just got to let go, you guys, and let the craft do its thing, okay? So I did it on all four corners, and now we're just going to clear it. So like I was saying before, you can take this outside. You can spray it with like a clear matte, a clear gloss. I do want to note though, if you do spray, if you're using DIY's paints, it will change the color of the paint. It's going to darken the paint up, so it's not going to look like it does now. Now, if you want to use a clear coat like I am, I'm using liquid patina. I like to wait 24 hours so I don't risk smearing that paint inlay, and then I clear it. And of course, you could use Big Top, you could use whatever clear coat you want. Just let that dry, and this is how she turned out. I think this was so much fun. It's a great way to upcycle any of like your wood scraps that you have. And these paint inlays are gorgeous. This one also came from 12th Night, which is in stock on my website. And everything else you guys should be getting refilled either tonight or by next Wednesday. The mail service is telling me two different things right now. So go take a look. All right, you guys, these are yarn spools, and I got these amazing mice, you guys, from a lady named Jennifer on Whatnot. Unfortunately, she does not sell them on any kind of platform. We are trying to talk her into it, you guys. She makes them by hand. But we are going to take these yarn spools. I find these at Savers all the time and estate sales all the time. If you can find estate sales, you guys, that have fabrics and things in them, usually you'll find these. So I'm going to stuff them with paper. And having them stuffed with paper is going to give us a base. So it's going to allow me to put my flower picks in there and kind of put them to the side and the back, and it's going to hold them in place. The paper is also going to act as like a little riser if you're going to put things like what I'm doing, the mice in there, or let's say you're going to do some Christmas versions and you want to set a little ornament in there. It's going to act as a riser to hold that little piece up. So right here in the fall one, I tucked in that mouse. Now I'm going to add some Spanish moss in there because that's going to hold that mouse in place so that it's not wibbling and it's not wobbling. For the middle one, it was a lot smaller. The hole in the middle is a lot smaller. So I'm just going to go ahead and decorate that one up with like a little pumpkin and some other pieces. All my greenery is a mix of Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby when they have, they're like 50% off sales and stuff. Yeah, I think this one's, oh, this one might be Walmart actually. I'm not sure. This one's pretty. I like the colors of it. So we're going to do the middle one. And then for the other one, we are also going to put a mouse. Oh no, this one is the one with the mouse. Never mind. This is the bigger one. We're going to put some berries in there, and then we're going to put that mouse right in between the berries. And this time I'm going to take the Spanish moss and I'm going to stuff it in the back. That way, one, you don't see our paper, and two, that's going to kind of hold everything in there and tighten it up. I never use hot glue with vintage items. I want people to be able to have the option of taking anything out that they want to and repurposing it again. Because maybe somebody likes the mouse in here, and once, you know, falls over, they want to put their own Christmas picks in there. I want to give people that option when they purchase these. So here is how they turned out, you guys. If these don't make you smile and get giddy, I mean, I don't know what will. They are so stinking cute. Jennifer, if you ever watch my videos, thank you so much for these beautiful mice. I love them. So does my daughter, Everly. She loves mice. All right, you guys, this one's an easy peasy one. I get these flat wood spools. Oh, aren't they gorgeous? And I'm going to turn them into pumpkins. I did this on a previous Whatnot show and they were very successful. So I am just taking Firestarter. And Firestarter, you guys, is like a true orange. Summer Crush is a deeper orange. I want to say more like adult regal orange. But we wanted to go with pumpkin. So I'm literally over here finger painting. You can definitely brush it on, but my intention was to be messy with them. So I am going to take it all around the sides. I'm not trying to cover the whole thing up by any means. I want this to look like they were originally painted and the colors started withering away throughout their time. Once I'm done painting and drying, I'm going to take my sanding block and I'm going to smooth it out and scuff it up so it does not look like I painted it with my hand. After that, I'm going to take these little branch pieces from Dollar Tree. You guys, I've had these for so long. I don't even know if they sell them at Dollar Tree anymore. If you know, comment down below if these are still available. They used to be available all the time, but I have not been there in a while. So please let everybody know in the comments if they still sell these. And then I just picked a bunch of this greenery off of a garland that I got from Hobby Lobby on clearance. Definitely check those out, you guys, after spring and stuff, the plain green ones, because you can take them apart, cut them up, and they're fabulous. Now I'm going to take these black measuring tapes. I got this idea from my girl Jenny down south on Whatnot, and we are going to wrap this around. It just gives it a little bit more detail, makes it a little bit more fun. It gets you to know that like this was used, you know, it was a spool thread. So I'm going to tack this off at the end, and that's it, you guys. And we have these cute vintage pumpkins. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Thank you for hanging out with me. Hopefully I'll see some of you on Whatnot, and I can't wait to make my next video.